What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you didn't see the previous video, I went ahead and introduced my dad's 1993 Chevy 1500. I'm going to be doing somewhat of a light restoration on this truck just so I can sell it. One of the first things that I got to take care of is the cooling system. Ever since we got the truck, the fans don't work while the truck is on. Once you turn off the truck, they turn on. I don't want to deal with the wiring. I picked up the original clutch fan and we will install that. It'll be a lot more simple. The other thing is this radiator has a hole. It just leaks all the coolant, so I went ahead and bought a new radiator, and I also bought the fan shrouds. That should simplify all of the cooling system. I'll be able to drive the car without worrying about overheating the truck. Let's get to work. First thing we got to do is drain out all of the coolant. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this hose, aim it into the bucket, and then drain out as much coolant as we possibly can without making that big of a mess. We upgraded to a freaking massive container, so this should work. There wasn't a lot of coolant, so we didn't make that much of a mess. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and start removing all of the hoses, or the rest of the hoses, including these hard lines. That looks like dark, right? So I went ahead and removed both of the hard lines, and the bottom one, the fluid or the liquid just looked really dark. I don't know what that is. I kind of just thought it was like an air conditioner. So now I'm starting to think, like, does that have to do kind of like with oil cooling or something? Yeah, I don't know what to think about that, but that is pretty much all of the hoses or lines connected to the radiator. The fans, I think, came with this harness. Runs over here to a relay, then come up here. It attaches to the negative terminal. And then if you route it this way, it leads to right here, which is a ground and spliced into the positive terminal. I think we should be able to take out the radiator with the fans all together. Radiator is now out, and we can go ahead and install our brand new one. This is the brand new radiator. I think I bought it on Amazon. I don't remember. I bought this like a while ago, and I think it should be the exact same except for these. I didn't even know these were a thing, but let's go ahead and install it and see if it works out. So far, so good. Radiator is on. I'm gonna go ahead and start connecting all of the hoses and the hard lines back on to the radiator. Radiator is now officially installed. Got all of our hoses, our hard lines back onto the radiator. I got a bit nervous. So the radiator comes with these gold adapter things, and they're a lot bigger, so the freaking hard lines weren't threading onto the gold adapter, but I went ahead and removed them and just threaded them straight into the radiator, and it worked. Now that we got the radiator installed, we can install the clutch fan, but it's an original one, so I went ahead and painted it. It's not done yet, so whenever that thing is done, we'll go ahead and install it. So I'll see you guys in the next day. And we are back. Got our clutch fan refinished. You could still see some of the pitting on the blades, but it at least looks way better. I sanded as much of the rust as I could, then I hit it with some self-etching primer, topped it off with Rust-Oleum black paint that I got at Home Depot. I think it looks pretty good. Over here we have our fan shrouds. I don't even remember what website I got it from. And we got some coolant, antifreeze plus coolant for any vehicles, makes, models, and years, and it's already diluted 50-50 with water, so we should be good to go today. let's see how easy it is to install this. In order to install a clutch fan, and remove these nuts from the studs and then put the base onto here, install the nuts back on, try to torque it the best we can, and it's installed. Finally got the fan installed. It was honestly a whole ordeal because the studs were coming out, but I went ahead and took them out, added some thread locker, tightened them back in, and tightened everything. Fan is now officially installed. Shouldn't go anywhere. Now what I'm kind of working with is the lower fan shroud. I'm trying to get it to where it doesn't make contact with the blade. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install it with everything for now. I'm gonna turn the vehicle on and we'll just see if the fans make contact with the plastic. Fan shroud is looking pretty sweet. I like how it looks. Very original. The top part added a lot more rigidity to the bottom, and it looks very close to hitting on the top as well, but I think that's just how it's supposed to be, so that, you know, all the flow could actually get directed to the fan blades. I think we're gonna be good there. I'm gonna add some zip ties right here until I get some bolts. Still have a little bit of movement on the radiator, but it has this hole over here. I think if you add a bolt or something to that like square in the bottom, it'll keep it in place. I'll figure something out for that. Now all we got to do is add the coolant to the radiator and start the truck. In order to bleed the coolant in our engine, I'm going to be trying out one of these no spill coolant filling funnel kits that allow you to bleed the coolant as you are adding it. Okay, I think I figured it out. Put this onto the radiator with the rubber on the actual, you know, entrance, and then you put the locking in, and bam, it's locked in. And now you install this thing on top, and we are set up perfect. So any of you guys that are gonna look into buying something like this, that's how it works. I have no faith it's gonna start, but let's see. With the camera, things just go. Oh, what? Oh, that's what I'm saying, bro. As soon as you put the camera on, it works. I tried it again without filming anything. There was no power, and now all of a sudden there's power. Hopefully it works. Let's see. First try. Okay. All right. First try didn't work. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time now that we actually have power in the car. So just give me like a little bit, and we'll try it out right now. Called my sister to floor it in the truck. We're gonna try it out. Nothing's going on. I'm gonna let it wait a little longer. Truck didn't start. I'm just gonna take the battery to AutoZone. Hopefully they can charge it. If not, they're probably gonna tell me that the battery's toast, which I'm hoping it's not the case. I don't want to buy another battery right now, especially since I'm not moving the car because of everything that is sitting in the back of the truck bed. But we need to start the truck. So we're gonna take it to AutoZone and we'll see what they say. I'll be right back. And we are back. Good and bad news. Bad news is I needed a new battery. The other one was bad. Good news, I still had a warranty, so I got one for free. So now let's try to start the truck. Like nothing. Alrighty, so time to bleed the coolant now. This is my first time doing this. What I'm trying to do is just get as much bubbles out of the engine, and we'll just keep adding coolant until we no longer see bubbles. fan is also working pretty well. It doesn't look like it's unbalanced or anything like that. It looks like it's rotating perfectly fine. It's not hitting any of the fan shroud. Obviously all of that could change once we actually start driving the car and there's more vibrations from the road. But as of right now, everything's looking pretty good. Until I can drive it, we'll know for sure. It's been a few minutes, maybe not long enough to be able to actually tell like if there's a big difference or whatever. But at this time, the freaking gauge would probably be up halfway already, or like heading over to overheating. And well, the truck is still there. Whenever it was cool, or we were on the freeway and the fans obviously were spinning, where there was wind blowing or air coming in through the radiator and cooling all the whatever was left in there, it would run like at that point. So I think the fan is just doing its job. It's just keeping the engine cool already. So I'm gonna let it run a little bit longer while I just clean up the truck, clean up some of the toys around. I think we're close to being done with today's job, which is very exciting. And honestly, it went as planned, everything. So very happy about that. Car has been running for a while. We still get like small bubbles coming out, but it's nothing like the big bubbles. I've been flooring it, you know, getting it to drop and then go back up, and that's all we're getting. So I think we're gonna go ahead and cut it, remove our funnel, and then install a radiator cap, and I think we'll be good. So now you get your little plunger thingy, push it into the center, and then we're gonna get a little bit of coolant spill, but put our cap back on. We're good. I'm gonna go ahead and start the car and we'll see whatever happens. Nice. The truck is idling a bit rough. It's just kind of fluctuating. It could be a couple things. The coolant didn't get bled out completely. There's probably still a few bubbles in there. The engine, it might not be getting up to temperature, or the carburetor is having something to do with that, which I would like to get some maintenance work done on the carburetor, but that'll be later on. As of today, I feel very successful with everything that we did. I feel like everything went as smooth as it possibly could have gone. Obviously, we had a little bit of issues, but that's just cars. But it went smooth, and here we are with a car that is still just sitting there. If any of you guys are watching this and if this video helped you guys out, or if you just simply enjoyed today's video, drop a like for your boy, comment, subscribe, do all that great stuff so you can stay up to date with the truck build, since we're doing a little bit of a restoration on it. Nothing crazy, just want to get back on the road so I can hopefully sell it soon and, you know, move on to the rest of the cars that we got to get through on the channel. But that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless. Echale Ganitas.